Today, Kashmir remains one of the most heavily militarized zones in the world. Recently, infiltration attempts at the LOC were foiled, drone intrusions spotted in Poonch, and another terror outfit busted in Srinagar, all pointing to a simple truth. The Kashmir conflict is far from over. But where did it all begin? Let's go back to 1947, the year India got its independence and Pakistan became a separate nation. Now, at the time of partition, princely states were given the choice to join either India or Pakistan or stay independent. Among them was the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir, ruled by Maharaja Hari Singh. But here's the catch. Kashmir had a Muslim majority population, but the Maharaja himself was a Hindu, and he chose to stay neutral, neither joining India nor Pakistan. This decision soon ignited the first of many fires. In October 1947, Pakistan sent in tribal militias backed by its army to forcibly capture Kashmir. These invaders unleashed horror, looting, arson, killing and rape, especially in the border towns of Baramulla and Muzaffarabad. Faced with imminent capture, Maharaja Hari Singh turned to India for help. India agreed, but only after the Maharaja signed the instrument of accession, legally acceding Jammu and Kashmir to the Indian Union on October 26, 1947. Now here's where the politics get deeper. Nehru, India's first Prime Minister, had a complicated relationship with Maharaja Hari Singh. Nehru, a Kashmiri Pandit himself, distrusted the feudal tendencies of the Maharaja and had long-standing ties with Sheikh Abdullah, leader of the National Conference. Nehru saw Abdullah as the legitimate mass leader of Kashmir. This triangle between Hari Singh, Nehru and Abdullah deeply influenced early Indian policy in the region. Meanwhile, in the valley, Indian troops were airlifted and quickly pushed back the invaders. Thus began the First India-Pakistan War, which lasted till January 1, 1949, ending in a UN-mediated ceasefire. But Pakistan never withdrew. The territory it had seized became known as Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, a division that continues till this day. In 1965, Pakistan launched Operation Gibraltar, attempting to infiltrate and incite insurgency in Kashmir. This led to the Second India-Pakistan War, which ended with the Tashkent Agreement, brokered by the Soviet Union. Then came the Third War in 1971, triggered by Pakistan's internal crisis in East Pakistan. India intervened to support Bangladesh's liberation. The war ended with over 90,000 Pakistani soldiers surrendering. The similar agreement was signed in 1972, solidifying the line of control and reinforcing bilateralism. Despite treaties, Pakistan continued to fuel insurgency. In the late 1980s, discontent in the valley escalated into full-blown insurgency. Pakistan-backed terror outfits like Hizbul Mujahideen and Lashkar-e-Toiba flooded Kashmir with weapons and propaganda. The worst blow came in 1990, when over 3 lakh Kashmiri Pandits were forced to flee overnight. Targeted killings and mass fear led to one of the darkest ethnic cleansings in independent India. Amidst this, the constitutional status of Jammu and Kashmir also stood out. Under Article 370, Jammu and Kashmir enjoyed a special status, its own constitution, separate flag and autonomy over all matters except foreign affairs, defense and communication. It was meant to be a temporary provision, a political safeguard. Also, Article 35A empowered the state to define permanent residence and limit the land ownership and jobs. This special status was always debated, seen by many as an obstacle to full integration. On August 5, 2019, the Indian government abrogated Article 370.
लेकिन हम सबका सौभाग्य है कि हमें सदन में आर्टिकल 370 से मुक्ति पाने का
Revoked special status and bifurcated the state into 2 union territories, Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh. Pakistan condemned the move, but globally, India's stand found recognition. Since then, ground realities have shifted. Tourism is rebounding as Kashmir saw over 2 crore tourist arrivals in 2023 itself, the highest ever. Then, the new IITs, medical colleges and over 50,000 youth trained under skill development missions. Moreover, record horticulture exports, digital India infrastructure and new investments in handicrafts and startups have boosted local livelihoods. Meanwhile, Our neighbor, Pakistan, today finds itself caught in a grim irony. The very terror it bred for Kashmir now consumes it in Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and even Punjab province. From princely politics to proxy wars, Kashmir's story is complex, but one truth stands tall. It began with Pakistan's greed. It survives because of India's grit. What are your thoughts on the Kashmir issue? Let us know in the comments.